Hi, I'm Pamela Redwine with the Mississippi State University Extension Service in Yalobusha County, and welcome to this episode of Back to the Basics Life Skills 101 video series. This week, our topic is the basics of cooking. During this episode, we will be focusing on knife safety and knife skills. Knife skills might sound like something only professional chefs would need. However, knife skills are really very basic and essential for all home cooks, because when you cook with fresh, whole foods, chopping ingredients is often necessary. There are many different types of knives. However, the most popular types are a chef's knife, which is a large knife that is used to cut, chop, and dice fruits and vegetables. A utility knife is a good all-purpose knife that can be used to cut up vegetables and cheese or to trim fat off of meats. A slicing knife or a serrated knife has a serrated blade and is used to cut meat, poultry, bread, and soft vegetables such as tomatoes. And last is a paring knife. This is a small knife and is used to peel or core fruits and vegetables. You've probably heard that a sharp knife is safer than a dull knife, but do you know why? Sharp knives cut through food evenly and effortlessly. This means you have control of the blade at all times. Dull knives tug, so it's necessary to apply more pressure, meaning you lose control of the blade, which can lead to nicks, cuts, or worse. Keeping a sharp edge on your knife is key to knife safety. Keep your knife sharp for a longer time by protecting the blade when it's stored. Wooden knife blocks and magnetic strips are ideal, but there are ways to protect knives that must be stored in drawers as well. You can use a snap-on knife guard or a slide-in knife guard, such as this one, or you can make your own knife guard using a file folder or cereal box. This just makes a really nice sleeve that now it's safe to put the knife into the drawer. When you're cleaning knives, never put them in the dishwasher. The heat and chemicals may damage the handle or the blade. And you can see on this knife how it has some rust, and that's from being put in the dishwasher. You should also never leave knives in the sink unattended. Always wash, rinse, and sanitize immediately after each use. Now let's talk about how to hold your knife securely. Hold the knife close to the blade with your dominant hand, with your fingers wrapped securely around the handle for best control. Place your other hand on the foods you will be cutting. Curl your fingers like a claw and keep your thumb and pinky finger behind your other fingers. Do not lift the front of the knife off the cutting board. Use a rocking, circular motion to slice the food. Go slowly at first until you're more comfortable. Push the knife forward as you lower it and slice. Cut food in half lengthwise for long foods like cucumbers. Slice foods by cutting quarters into sticks. Cube foods by cutting sticks into cubes. Try to make cubes the same size. Choosing the correct cutting board is just as important as choosing the correct knife. There are 3 important characteristics you should look for when you're selecting a cutting board. First, it should be easy to clean and sanitize. Next, it should protect the edge of your knife from becoming too dull too quickly. And finally, it should be rough enough to keep your food from moving around as you chop. It's also important to prevent the cutting board from moving during use. Some cutting boards come with rubber feet to help grip the counter. These are useful, but it limits you using only one side of the cutting board. Cutting board non-slip mats are also available to secure any cutting board. We've covered a lot of information today, so remember to have your 4 main knives, keep them sharp, and store them correctly. Also, make sure to have a good cutting board and practice your knife skills regularly. Thanks for watching this episode of Back to the Basics Life Skills 101. Join us tomorrow as we continue with the cooking theme and learn more about substitutions. The information given here is for educational purposes only. References to commercial products, trade names, or suppliers are made with the understanding that no endorsement is implied and that no discrimination against other products or suppliers is intended. For more information, visit extension.msstate.edu or contact your local extension office.